Hello, welcome to my podcast today. I just thought I'd come back on another podcast. My introduction there was match point, just a bit of thing I used there at the start. I think I'm into the 34th episode now. I'm well into the podcast there, and I just thought I'd come back with another one. There's quite a good things happening tonight. There's the match on the international match. Ireland are playing France, which that is going to be a hard one. I think it's going to be a very tough job to get anything out of that. So, especially with Evan Folkes and not playing. So the Irish then, I'm just going to go through the Irish Independent news here, which I have in front of me. It just says Johnny Sexton makes return to Ireland lineup as Andy Finland named strong team. He's picked a strong team there for Saturday there, and he's gone with a strong team according to the New Irish Independent news. And then further down it says latest on Met Airing issues status yellow thunderstorm warning for 10 counties as temperature to top 27 degrees. I wouldn't be surprised. It's roasting here and at the moment. And then further down, there's a bit about Michael O'Leary. He hit in face with cream pie by climate activists. Shame it was soy-based cream, says Michael O'Leary. It was in face. What that story was about, it was climate activists. They hit Michael O'Leary with cream pie outside the European Commissions. The incident happened this morning as Mr. O'Leary was preparing to hand in a petition to EU Ursula von der Leyen. So I saw the incident myself. It was very funny, and he had to go with the cream. That it's nice bit of cream. It's really funny if you look at the clip. I don't know. He had a whole lot of leaflets with him there to do with the flights. Von der Leyen that's over Europe or something. He had a few things there to give credit her, so it was a funny clip. It'll probably be on the news there today, so I just thought I'd mention that. That was the thing that was highlighting my news of the day. Probably if you looked at RT News, they wouldn't have that. So, and then Mr. Tuberty, I see, was Ryan Tuberty. He was in London there. He was getting promo. I'm not sure what he's going to do, but he's in London there. And Melanie Trump's latest statement about husband. I don't think I'll read that. I did hear what the latest there, and I thought I wasn't going to mention it, but and then billionaire Comas bid for Dublin Airport land owned by McVadie's. That's business news. That Coma Group owned by billionaire brothers Luke and Brian has said it's extremely interested in acquiring 206 acres of land beside Dublin Airport that had been sold by McVadie's brothers. And that's the latest then on the Irish Independent thing on the news. And then planning delays are impacting consumer prices, Aldi reports. According to the Aldi thing, Karen Holmes upgrades full year guidance despite decline in profits in first half. That's according to that. And Irish prices up 6.3 in August on back of higher mortgage interest, energy, holiday costs. And according to the news there's a bit of an update there on Electric Ireland. I haven't got it in front of me, but I was listening to the news there. They're gonna cut the thing. I think it's 10% on electric, and I'm not sure what company you're with, but Electric Ireland kind of with. So that if anyone's with Electric Ireland, that was the big news there today. And Leo Varadkar said something about it as well. People are struggling, as you're saying, to pay them huge bills. It just says it here actually on the RTE website. Electric Ireland cut electricity and gas prices. That's what it says on that's what's on the main news, and it was on East Coast Radio. It was on all the news there this morning. It's announced as 10% cut in domestic electric prices and 12% reduction in gas charges. It won't take place until November the 1st. So if anyone has a high bill in between, that's then that news then. And then Varadkar expects United Ireland in his lifetime. That's I heard that on the radio as well. That was big news there at the time. And postcards from Paris. All eyes on Mabaki. World Cup must wait. That's the match that's on tonight. Ireland and France, as I was saying. the trailer, and then the trailer for the Late Late Show, show release trailer for the 15th September. I saw that as it was trailer there for the thing. Hollywood comes to Irish Village in Chris O'Dowd show. That's more about the Chris O'Dowd show. As Patrick Constantine are set to star in an upcoming show from Chris O'Dowd. Small town, big story, created by IT stars, still focus on what happens when a Hollywood production arrives in a rural Irish town. The six-part series is set in a fictional drum band where the arrival of a crew puts spotlight on a secret that's been kept hidden since a millennium. Madman Hendrick also stars, and that's being filmed at the moment, I think. The new Sky original series from production company Playground and Film Nations. So that's the thing then that's going on at the moment in the film industry, and big news there. So that's then on that. And then I was just gonna give you the usual fix of the Irish Independent or the Bray People News, and that's whatever's going. I just thought I'd give you that anyway. Uh, the latest fix then on that, which just says health centre plans refused by dissent. 10,000 patients set to be affected by move. 10,000. So that's what it says there. Independent counsel for Bray has said he welcomes the decision by Wicklow County to refuse permission for the retention of a medical centre in Bray, but added a speedy resolution is needed to protect both community and medical needs of the area. So that's on the front page. And first day of school, first pictures there, and Blow to more then further in that story then Blow the new Bray Medical Centre as county denies retention permission. That's then the story that was there. And then shock at 100 donation to register for communion and confirmation. This story now was on Joe Duffy there early in the week, and it was on Monday or something. A donation is what each individual can afford. None of the parents have an issue paying a donation, so that's the donation. It's 100 and for confirmation, communion confirmation. So that's what the church is asking for. So and then new bus plan for M11, N11, M11 on view. Just give you the latest thing update on that. And Harris Fitz old school. I see that there's going to be an upgrade of this paper. It's going to change a bit. Brave people. Move to split county, a hatchet job for Wicklow. That's the constituency change, merge of South Wicklow, Wexford. There's more going on about the way it's going to be changed, and that's the story then. That's a big story then. It's on the news and all. Whitmore slam scale of dysfunctional in children mental health service. Staffing levels were deficiency across the teams that operate in Wicklow somewhere below bare minimum, according to what it's saying on the paper there. And then meet the brave volunteers who feed the homeless every night. This is an article in that. Not every homeless person would use services, and some people who use our services aren't homeless. Voluntarily meet with Michael O'Alby of Bars. These are the people there, the great people that are helping out with the homeless people. 7 days a week, 360 days a year. The town needy are catering for by caring locals. Report says Tom Galvin in the boot of the car park in Tesco. I see they do it, and great people there. That article then is on page 10. Uh, that's the article then on that. So and then model citizen accused of having 7K in drugs. That's actually found in the car. Model citizen electrician. He's got there, and then the judge granted him bail at Dublin District Court and adjourned the case for the direction of the TPP, and that's there on there. More news then on drugs. I did go through that on a podcast before, and the guards are trying to clear out the drugs, and so that's there. School thanks 5 star for the 150 years service. Retirements are worth the sense of occasion. That's just on the school. St. Killian School there, and I see, and community school played a vital part. So then that's there on that. And then more pictures there on the Bray. Fab Day at Leinster Track Day. So Ukrainian celebrations held at Antoshka. Pictures of Ukrainian people there in the area. And then Wicklow Authors Champion Artist Children's Books. That's according to what saying that. And then countdown is for Roisin Murphy's new album. I see she has a new album coming up. The album cover for Hit Parade out on Friday, September the 8th. Caught up with Arklo's Superstar ahead of the release of a new album. It's called The Hit Parade, which anyone that wants to check that out, Roisin Murphy. It's probably be on Spotify if you want to check it out. Mermaid at Centre to give free entertainment for 24 Sporty. I see it's on the go. Imagine that length of time. It's unbelievable the years it's putting into it. So and then just there about farming frustration over solar scheme delay. It seems to be hit a racket now. Child Wicklow set to grow Snapchat European scheme to operate 32 cameras. What that says, several teams of volunteers from Team Ireland were out all across the east of the country last week, putting in place camera traps for the start of Snapchat or Europe. And Mountain Rescue base hosts popular talk about otters. There was a discussion about otters. And then there's a new coffee shop in town. I see with coffee shops chosen for space. It's the Firehouse Coffee and Roasters. John and Aaron are work in the new coffee shop. That's on the main street. People want to check that out. So that's got a new coffee shop there. It'd be interesting to see how they get on. There's a demand there, as I was saying, for coffee, and then the television thing. Just more about the television. The television. Then what's coming up on the television this week is Rocky Balboa. He's on a Monday. The Lion. That's then another one. It's on the Lion, which is coming up. And then Dunkirk is on Saturday. That's a good film there. The Queen. More about the Queen there. And then the article for Pete Wedderburn he has this week is about hedgehogs, actually. Sometimes wildlife health issues can be easily fixed. It's a challenge of dealing with sick wild creatures. And that's the article there. You could have to read it down. It's about hedgehog. It's a good article there. And that's on the paper then. And then David Matcliffe has an article there. He spent an hour following around Wicklow's Botanic Gardens in Kilmacurry outside Wicklow town. It opens its eyes to the power, distress, and effect of Irish woods. And oaks are common, and the timber is good for loads of things. Best building in medieval times were made of oak. This is Philip Quest, and that's there. And then on that shirt, that's an article then on that. And then this week's chef thing. This week he has an apple and raspberry crumble tart. Looks anyone that can make that. It's a good dessert. Probably costs you €8 more than that in a good restaurant. So and then there's the Independent Business article to host first ever Energy Awareness Day. And Wicklow Retainers raises over 12,000 for children's charities. And I see Air rolls out customer care to over 65s. So that's on that. And then Tin Mechanic News, more about that. Final countdown for Plucks on the September the 24th. So that's on that. It got sad really about Plucks. And then journalists, Shape of Things to Come. There's also an article about the Opel experiment follows tyre tracks of the legendary GT. The G-Tox approach is continuing with the pure. Looks a great car, while the exterior puts the Opel experiment in the compact C segment. It's an electric car as well. The picture of it looks good anyway, and it's good going as I'm saying. And then just into the sports section now. There's a lot of then ladies team, the under 14 team, Camogie team, Car, New Emmets 4-11, Avondale 2-4. That was one of the scores there in one of the matches. And then under 16 championship, Car New Emmets 3-14, Bray Emmets 1-4. So Car New Emmets won that well. And then Anna Curra on fire. Anna Curra 2-7, Era Og 1-6. That's in the under 14 championship final in the ladies there. And then the men's lightning protection. Went to that match myself. I saw the Bray one, but this match was on after it. It was in the other match. It was Carnew Emmets 2-12, Kiltegan 2-11. So that was that match, and the main scorers then in that were Aaron Bourne, he scored Patrick Toole scored a point, Liam Keogh 1-2, and Shawnee Jermaine, he scored 5, and that was for Kiltegan. Then for Carnew, Cody McLean, Wayne Kinsella 1 point, Owen Young 5 points, and Conan McGray, Danny Redmond 1-1. So that was a good score there, good total. So that was that score then. And then Bray won then, of course. That was the main match then. Bray Emmets 116, Glenealy 11 points. So, and I think it's a dress rehearsal. They have to meet again in the semi-final, so it'll be interesting to see. The main scorers then in that match, Christy Moorhouse, he scored 7, I see. Dermot Marston a point. Mikey Boland, he won 2, and they were the main scorers then for Bray. And then for Glenealy, was Gary Hughes 2 points. James Bourne, John O'Neill scored a point, and then Gavin Weir 7 points. So there was a good few scorers there. So I just thought I'd go through that. And then that's the main sporting thing. And then football is on next week. It says a bit about it on the back page there. Football fans will be licking their lips ahead of the match. There's 3 matches on this week, which are good. Bray and Playa and 1. Blessington equally into the meeting of Haley and Baltinglass. Blessington and Kiltegan, and AGM and Bray Emmets with big movement possible if results can be secured. Important games for Antoka, Avondale, Era Ogan and Dundalvin, as well as they look to make moves up the respective tables by taking a precious scalp. So all these matches are important in Wicklow GEA, as I'm saying. Who's going to win them and what's going to win. So the big match then that's on tonight is Wicklow, is Ireland and France, as I was saying, and that was the main match. On this article, on this back of the Bray people, it's saying Liam Scales. He could be playing tonight. I'm saying he plays for Shamrock Rangers, Shamrock Rovers. So Celtic actually he plays for, but he's meant to be a good player as well, but he isn't being picked. So I'm running out of time here on this podcast, so I just thought I'd come back with a touchy show there of the news. Sky News. Then I do plan to make another more news and come back with another podcast soon. So I hope you enjoy my podcast today, and I'm crossing my fingers for tonight, the match Ireland and France. So it'll be a big one. So there's only one result people think it's going to happen. So thanks for listening, and I'll be back with another podcast, I'm sure, at the end of the week. So thanks, and